welcome to the press conference for Jannik Sinner. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question. Jannik, nice result for you out there. Just give us your thoughts on the match.
Yes, very happy. Playing on center court is always very special. So happy about the performance and the win, and let's see what's coming now in the next round.
Any questions? Anthony?
Jannik, it's Anthony here from Quality Shot Tennis. Congrats on the win today. In the last game, Vukic was saving a lot of break points, and then you hit what you called was a lucky shot, but really a very impressive forehand passing shot winner. Do you feel like when the pressure's on in those moments, is it easier to hit great shots like that and bring out your top level, or does it make it a little bit tougher?
I'm not talking about this specific shot. There was only one shot I could really hit now, and I had to go for it because he was cutting the corner. You know, if I was sitting too much in the middle, he had easy volley. You know, so the point was lost in any case. So I had to risk it. So it's not about, you know, if it's easy or not in certain moments. I feel like you have to improvise a little bit also to understand what the chances are if you win the point. And yeah, I got lucky there, you know, and then the match could have gone a little bit longer. So I'm happy that I sit here with this result.
Matt?
Hey, Jannik, well done today. You had said a couple weeks ago that you found that there's, you know, people compare you a lot to Novak. And you said there's some things similar about your game and some things are different. I was wondering if you could explain what you see as the similarities between the way you and Novak approach the game, especially on grass, and what might be different.
It's difficult to say because I still believe we are both different players now, and we do have a couple of similarities in a way of how we maybe hit the ball on the forehand and backhand. I feel like he has improved a lot to serve. Like today, he was serving incredibly well. I watched the match, and you know, the way he moves, I feel like he is still much more confident than I am on grass. How he moves, and but this is also the experience he has more than I have, and he mixes up the game a little bit more. I may be a little bit the faster hitter. But in the other way, I'm also quite consistent, no, like he is. So there are some similarities, but yeah, I believe that he gave me a lot of informations, you know, that I can make my game, you know, similar to his, but in my style, and yeah, so you know, it's I always try to see from certain players what I can take, you know, and then trying to see if it works well. And yeah, he is definitely the main person I look up to, trying to do a couple of things like him.
Ben?
I'm writing about Kamil Majchrzak, the Polish player who also had a case with the ITIA about a positive test a few years ago. Majchrzak?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. And I'm just curious for you, do you think there should be ways that lower ranked players could also have resources to help them also when they're trying to appeal or fight their cases? Because some of them have said that it's more difficult than it is for players who are higher ranked and have a lot of money, for lawyers and scientists and all sorts of different things.
Well, this is so now what I think is that I am in a position where I can take a lawyer, you know, or a higher a good lawyer, you know, and because I'm in the position, and fortunately I also have the money, what maybe others don't have. But the process I went through, it's the same, you know. There is no better treatment, you know. Maybe I have good defense in a way of because I have good people around, and you know, this is because I've earned my money and now I can do that. But in the other way, the process, like the ITA works and how fast everything goes, it's the same, you know. So I know there in the past there have been difficult choices and decisions. This I understand, but yeah, it's that what I can say, that my my case was controlled not once, but twice, 3 times, and it was. It always came out that I was innocent, and yeah, I mean that's it.
I guess you think there should be anything to help players who don't have the money or something like a lawyer in these situations?
Yeah, I mean if I can help, I help. You know, it's not that the thing, but again, if this happened to me maybe when I was 18. You know, for example, I didn't have the money, so maybe I was in the same situation. It happened when I earned my money, and then obviously I take, you know, the best people I can. It's the same thing with the best players. They have also the whole team for them. You know, I have 2 coaches. Now here I don't have physio and physical trainer, but you know, you can build up everything, and it's the same thing on the other side.
We'll take one more. Jerome?
Hi, Jerome from the ATP Tour. I'm just doing a piece on Dan Bloxson. You know, he's the head coach here, and he walks players out onto centre and number 1 court. I was just wondering if you had any interactions with him, and you could speak about, you know, his role and what he does for you when you going onto court.
Who? Sorry?
Dan Bloxson, you know him, the master of ceremony. It's okay if not. He
No.
walks players out onto centre and number 1 court.
No, I for sure I know him. I just maybe now with the name I'm not good, but yeah, what I can say is that the organization here is incredibly well. You know, they treat us here like it's our home. We have the privilege to the walk-on is different. So especially for people who play there for the first time, who usually always the ones step in first on the court. You know, maybe you get a little bit lost there also, so you need someone who guides you, and it's always a very special feeling, and they make sure that everything is perfect, that people cannot, you know, go towards you before the match, and they do an amazing job.
Okay, thank you. We're going to switch to Italian questions. Thank you.